Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all good. Obviously trying something a little bit different, and we're going to cover pretty much a week's worth of work, just obviously in small snippets for you of what's been going on this week. Hope you enjoy the vlog. Please do drop any comments down below, let us know what you think, and let's get on with it. Well, good morning everybody. I've just done the Costco Wembley delivery, and I am now making my way to Fowler Welsh at Tenham. Obviously you've seen where me and Ashley travelled from our yard down to Coneygarth truck stop at Leeming Bar, where we parked up, spent the night there, and then at 1 o'clock this morning we started rolling south. And when we got to the M18 A1 split, obviously Ashley went down the M18 because he was going for the M1, and I basically just carried on all the way down the A1 round the North Circular, and got myself here for the delivery. I think I got there 20 minutes early from the booking time, so it wasn't too early. Managed to do it in one hit as well, so I didn't have to stop on the way down at all, so it was quite good going. Like I say, obviously now we are heading to Fowler Welsh at Tenham to drop the trailer, and then we're going to go find somewhere to park up. Obviously I didn't include the drive down here on the A1 because it was pitch black the whole time. I mean, yes, it's dark now, but we're in a built up area, so anyway. Oh Christ. I hope you're all good. Obviously I hope the way that I'm doing the videos now is still what people are expecting. I mean, I had a comment from someone saying show more loading and unloading. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. The problem being, the majority of our stuff is pre-loaded when I get it, so I don't get to even see the loading process, so therefore I can't record the loading process. And the unloading process, obviously with them being fridges, we just back onto a bay and they unload it. So once again, I don't see much of the unloading process, and when we do go places where I see the unloading process, like, they don't want you filming, which is fair enough. You know, it's their property, it's their premises, they can say no when I ask, so I'll always ask. I'm not going to just slyly try and video the unloading, because like I say, it's their property and I would be showing a member of their staff without their permission. So, you know, that's partly the reason why you don't see a lot of loading and unloading. So I can't remember your name. I am absolutely useless with names. I should really start writing them down. But I hope that like answers your question. So it's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't, or, you know, well, yeah, pretty much that I can't. So it's got nothing to do with the fact of I don't want to film it or anything like that. So I hope that answers that question. Hello! It is... what day is it? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, and it's just gone 9 o'clock. You join me just pulling out of some services on the M6 and we are heading up to Tesco's Widnes, and we initially thought that I might have Morrison's Gadbrook on as well, but we don't. It's just a straight Widnes, and then from Widnes I am across to Iceland at Warrington to drop the trailer in for them and then park up for the night. Well, yeah, night, afternoon, whatever. My night. Well, it won't be because we're travelling in daylight. We started work at 2 seconds while I just make sure there's nobody coming. Started work at 4 AM this morning. So I drove up and obviously I had to stop for a 45-minute break. I had 40 minutes of drive time left when I got there, so I thought I'll stop for a break because obviously it took his time to decide he wanted to move. It was what was it? It was coming up to, take my woolly hat off, I do apologise if my head's shining. Yes, it was coming up to 9 o'clock, so there was everybody trying to pile through to get to work, and the sat nav just kept coming up with more and more and more delays. So I probably could have made it to the next services, but rather than push and then end up either, you know, getting stuck in traffic and running out of my time, or just sitting in traffic, I thought I'll just pull in and have 45 minutes. So it didn't work out too bad because I've come out and it says there's not much traffic, and I forgot to alter which way it's going to send us, because it's obviously going to, what's the word, it's going to try and, well, it shouldn't try send me over the toll bridge because I've told it to avoid toll roads now, but you never know. Anyway, so yes, had just shy of 20 hours parked up between yesterday's shift and today, so it was a long old time spent sitting around, but you know, what can you do about it? I've got you in a new place. I'm not too sure how good the footage is actually going to be for you, because obviously you've got the pelmet in the way, you've got the curtains blocking your view of the mirrors. Just thought I'd try this one out though. So obviously, you know, if the footage isn't that good, I do apologise. And obviously, I know what will happen is, like, people will comment like they do, saying camera angle no good or sound quality no good. Yeah, I know. By the point you see it, I already know about it. But obviously, I don't want to just throw the footage away, so to speak, so I'll use it so you're at least getting a video a week, because obviously, as you know, some weeks I really just don't feel like vlogging, so I don't, which means you don't get a video, and then say the next week once I've recorded it I have a look and the sound quality isn't too good and I don't upload that. That's 2 weeks, and then it could be 3 weeks, so yeah. Somebody commented on one of my videos last night saying POV. Well, they only said it once, like, but yes, I will do some more POV. I have got the head strap out of the cupboard ready, so I will be hopefully doing some POV footage. Like I say, I'm still finding my feet. So I'm currently obviously finding my feet with the editing, so I'm trying out new stuff for you, more cinematic stuff, and you know, just trying to make it generally a bit more interesting, especially with it being during the winter months. Obviously, footage wise, like I've said before, I think I even said it in this video, with it being dark most of the time when I'm working I'm not picking up that much footage, so therefore I'm getting a bit more experimental during the winter times, and then when it comes back to summer I'll be able to, you know, I'll be better at doing it, so I'll know what sort of stuff to be filming, and it should hopefully get quite good, hopefully, he says. So like I say, we're on the M6. We got, sat nav says 75 miles, which it reckons is about an hour and a half to get to Tesco's Widnes. I'm obviously not sure which way it's going to try take us. So I just know I'm not going to turn off the M6 before Warrington, because that way will try and take me across the toll bridge. So that's no good to me going across the toll bridge. Got the old laptop on charge as well, because obviously I was doing a fair bit of editing while I was parked up yesterday, so the intro bit of travelling down with Ashley, that was done, and the bit that came just after it, of you saw me getting up in the cab and the introduction effectively to the video, that was done last night. So I'm going to basically give you a bit of a mix mash of some days together. Obviously today, with it being daylight, it's ideal because we can see what's going on rather than it just being pitch black as it normally is. So I shall push on a bit further, and I'll get you lot to rejoin me a bit closer. Okay, thought I'd give you a bit of an update. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we're in traffic, and not just any old traffic, an hour and a half to do 4 miles it reckons it's going to take us. So I'm going to be late for obviously getting for the booking time, especially as the booking time is in 6 minutes. I was never going to get here for the booking time anyway, but now I'm a lot later, so obviously I'm going to sit in it and enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you soon, which means I'm out of it. Okay, obviously still in traffic, but I just thought while I was in traffic I'd try and explain maybe to those of you that don't drive class 1 or are thinking about driving class 1. I thought, sorry, let's try and get this head strap comfy. Hopefully you can see. What I actually want to do is try and explain and show you what we can and can't see. So I'm in the middle lane, we're crawling along, which is actually perfect for showing you. So I have vehicles either side of me. Now if we look in this right hand mirror, and let's just back off a little bit to somewhere about here. Right, let's say that we're travelling along. Now some wagons don't have that top mirror. Older ones, modern ones do, but older ones tend not to. Now we're driving along, and when you look in the bottom mirror you can't see that car, but he is there. He's there in the top mirror, and there he is in the bottom mirror. So there's a blind spot obviously down by the driver's side of a right hand drive vehicle, so there should be the same blind spot on a left hand drive vehicle, but it will be on the left hand side of the vehicle. So obviously if you are coming up alongside an Arctic, especially because obviously that's what I'm showing you for, you need to be aware that you will hit a point where they can't see your vehicle at all. So he completely vanished. So if I didn't have that top mirror, I wouldn't know he's there. So let's see if we get to show you again. So you've got the little van coming up. I can see him in my bottom mirror, I can see him in my top mirror. In my bottom mirror, he's vanished now. Now he appears so I can actually see him. So you think that's... Alright, it wasn't that long, but it's probably a van and a half's length that he actually vanishes if I didn't have that top blind spot mirror. So you've rained 4 disappeared and then reappeared. So same again, obviously you need to bear that in mind. Obviously looking over to your left side, you've got your top blind spot mirror and your bottom one. So obviously same again, things can vanish over on your left hand side. Yes, you have got your mirror that looks down. Obviously some of you may be thinking, but your curtains are across yours. Yeah, they're across half of it because my top blind spot mirror can actually see where the other bit is. And then obviously I have my forward facing mirror. Once again you'll say, but your helmet's in the way. It's not. I can actually see the angle that I'm sat at. I can see the front of my vehicle. So it's not too much of a drama, and I actually prefer having to move my head around to be able to see my mirrors. So rather than just turning my eyes, I actually prefer moving my head. So for say that front mirror, I just duck down a little bit and I can see more in it. And obviously same for that left hand mirror that looks down by my wheel. I can move forwards should I need to see something, but obviously I have that top blind spot mirror that shows me what I can't see from sitting back. But if I look in the blind spot mirror and I think, oh, there might be something there, I can just lean forwards and look out of it. Obviously it's personal preference. A lot of people don't like it, and obviously you can get Vosa and the police that sometimes get a little bit arsey about it, but I can see what I need to see. But there is obviously blind spots, but you've got to set your mirrors up right to try and avoid them all. Now the biggest blind spot on anything, so whether it be a rigid like this one we're just coming past now, or myself as an Arctic lorry, is behind me. When I look in my mirror, I can't see what is directly behind me. In fact, I can't see what's behind me for quite a way. Now this is sometimes why you will see bigger vehicles moving like that in the lane, because obviously if I move all the way, I'm not going to do it now, but let's say I was next to the hard shoulder, if I moved all the way against the hard shoulder line, this mirror will be able to see more of what's going on behind me. So like, I know there's an Arctic behind me, and that's because looking in my mirror I can just see his mirrors sticking out behind my trailer. I don't know if you lot can, because obviously there's rainwater on the mirror. That's the other thing I'm going to talk about. Obviously when it's damp and it's wet and it's raining, or there's spray on the roads and stuff like that, but it's not dark, you get a lot of car users travelling without any form of light on. So whether it be side lights or dipped headlights or what have you. And some of them they'll just run on just the DRLs, but what they forget is it only puts a front set of lights on, it doesn't put a back set on. So when the weather's like this and you've got rain falling and it's not the brightest, in fact I do it all the time, I travel with my lights on all the time, because at least then I can be seen all the time. And I think it should actually become mandatory in the law that you have to travel with your lights on permanently, so that you can be seen, or you've got more chance of being seen, because you get quite a few vehicles, not just cars, vans, lorries, stuff like that, that there's a lot of spray on the road or something, or it's slightly overcast, and they'll drive around without any lights on. Now obviously as you can see, my mirrors, so here's an example, there's one on the other side of the road, other carriageway, the black one, it's got no lights on. But as you can obviously see in my mirrors, I can't see a great deal, and when they've got rainwater on them like this, or they're fogging up, or There's a lot of spray being kicked up off the side of my vehicle. Sometimes that will obscure and completely hide a vehicle on the road. So, you know, just bear that in mind, that I'm not saying that obviously any of you, my viewers, are these sort of people that travel around without the lights on, but there's a lot of cars out there. So if you know somebody who travels around a lot without the lights on, just advise them, put your lights on. Just makes them that bit more visible, gives us half a chance. It means then that, like, when we're looking in our mirrors to overtake, whether it be a slower vehicle or move over because there's parked cars, etc., stuff like that, we can actually see what's going on. And for the for the left-hand drive wagons, it's much more important, because that blind spot that I've got all down my left-hand side, he's got on the side you're overtaking him on. So don't hang around or dawdle when you're going past him. Just get on with it and get past him, because this is how a lot of accidents happen. Cars get up, not just always cars, but predominantly cars get up alongside him and they take forever to go past, and when he looks in his mirror he can't see the car, so he moves over, bang, wagon hits car. Who's going to come off better? The wagon every time, because the car is smaller. So just bear that in mind when you're driving in a car. Wait until there's space to get completely past them and then go past them, rather than putting yourself at risk of that driver not seeing you, not paying attention, any of those wheels having a blowout, anything like that. It's just not worth the risk. So it's enough waffling. I'll carry on sitting in the traffic.